just got one more thing to say. How about them Cowboys?
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and Angry Cowboy fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan, here on YouTube, the place where y'all can find my raw and uncut emotions about the Dallas Cowboys 24/7, 365, and as long as I'm alive, y'all know I'm DC for life. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? For real, for real. Let's keep it a buck. How y'all doing? Man, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been a minute, actually. So I'm back at you guys. We're going to be talking about the state of the Dallas Cowboys and what we hope that the organization does with free agency coming up. Hopefully, they're all in. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into that, y'all know how I start off these lives and how I start them off. I got to check with y'all in the chat, see what's going on, see what's shaking, see who's in here with me. All right, we're going to go ahead and put that chat on the screen. What's going on, John? How you doing? Like you said, hit that like button. Bam, y'all see it right there. You started off right, y'all. Hit that like button. Yeah, we got a few people in here. We got some new names in here. What's going on with you? Got some new names in here. Go Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. Keith Davis is in the house. Yeah, Fresh King 36. He's an NY Cowboy. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Man, if you're here for the first time, I truly appreciate you being here. If you're here for the umpteenth time, I truly appreciate you being here. Man, it's been hectic. It's been hectic. It truly has, y'all. What's going on with you, Nisi? What's going on? Man, the last week it's been a week, y'all. And I'm gonna definitely fill y'all in on that. And Keith asked about my brother. I'm gonna fill y'all in on that too during my spiel. I just gotta make sure I catch up with y'all and see what is shaking. You know what I'm saying? We got to start off. We have to start off today with the super chat. I don't know if you want, you actually, with the overlay, you're kind of put on Front Street there. So I might as well put your, your super chat up there. Truly appreciate you. Thank you so very much for the super chat. They are greatly appreciated. Your presence here on the Angry Cowboys Fan is greatly appreciated. Glad you had the opportunity to help your family out. And just know we are all family. DC for life. Man, that's what I'm talking about. This is why I love doing it. And I'm going to get into that because I was sitting back thinking about what I wanted to do with my live and, putting out different videos, and y'all still rocking with the videos, even though I had to take a week off, even though I tried to make videos down in North Carolina and the quality wasn't that good. Y'all still rocked with your boy. I truly appreciate it. It is just like family. So from the bottom of my heart, Zach, I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. Oh, man, Jared just jumped off the gate. What's going on, Jared? He says, Angry Cowboys fan, will Dak ever be fully appreciated by the general public? I don't think Dak will be appreciated even if he wins a Super Bowl. If Dak Prescott takes the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl and wins a Super Bowl, they're going to be like, well, it was about time. They have really been judging Dak's legacy as he's played the game. I actually remember, Speak talking about Josh Allen, and they were like, well, we can't really discuss what he's doing and everything. We can't discuss his legacy while he's playing. So how they doing it with Dak Prescott? But I truly feel that the general public ain't gonna give him the props that he deserves. I mean, maybe Stephen A will have to eat his words. If the Cowboys win a Super Bowl under Dak Prescott, he's gonna have to eat a little bit of crow. But other than that, they're gonna go on business as usual. Move the goalpost again. And we got to be ready for that. And I know I'm definitely ready for that because I'm gonna call them out when they do it. Y'all know how we do. Yeah, Zach said he finally was able to catch the live. Yes, Zach, this is the first live, me being back in the studio and everything, because I was down in North Carolina, as you know, trying to help take care of my brother and everything like that. But yeah, finally caught the live. I'm glad that you're here, man. Glad that you rock it with us. And remember, everybody, there is a pinned comment. If you want to get on and speak your raw and uncut, your classy cowboy conversation, hit that link and make sure if you're coming on live that you mute YouTube, because we have a lot of feedback, a lot of reverb whenever we bring people on and they haven't muted their YouTube. So if you hit that link, mute your YouTube, but I will gladly welcome you to the live and we can chop it up Dallas Cowboy style. Right. Hey, OG Texan in the house, diehard fan. We love to see it. Says my homie, my beloved Texans are taking over. Hey, Texans, yo. I can't sit here and hate on the Texans because I hate when the Dallas Cowboys are doing good and people don't give them their props. I gotta give the Houston Texans their props, man. CJ Stroud is. Man, he's a phenomenon, man. I know that the Carolina Panthers, they kind of kicking themselves in the butt for not even taking him. But we shall see who rules the day, who rules Texas this coming year, because the Cowboys play the Houston Texans. We'll see. All right, Craig in the building. DC for life, 50 years and counting. That's what I'm talking about. 50 years and counting. Have seen Super Bowls, have been able to say we're going to the Super Bowl. That's one thing that I wish for anybody that became a fan like in 1997 or something. Let's get them a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Rolando, what's going on from Oregon, from all the way over on the other side of the map? What's good with you? I'm on the Northeast on the other side. But it's good to have you, man. It's good to have you. It's good to see you guys, man. It's been a minute. It truly has. John says, screw Jerry Jones pie. Let's have our cake and eat it too. That's what I'm saying. And I know a lot of people are talking about what Stephen Jones had to say, at the combine. If y'all remember correctly, I remember seeing a lot of content creators saying that we weren't even going to send anybody to the combine. So to have him in the building, that's more of a thumbs up than people really take account for. They didn't have any plans on sending any Dallas Cowboys personnel up there, and now people are up there. So I like it. I like it. Yeah, Jed, you're absolutely right, man. Dak can't win. It sucks. It sucks because if you think about it, you look at it like, what if he was on the Atlanta Falcons? What if he got drafted to the Falcons? Would he be getting this much vitriol from the fans as well as the 4 and 3 letter networks? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it has to do everything with the star. But also, I'm trying to figure out, Stephen A, like, why do you hate this man so much that you're trying to block him getting his money? It's like there's something other than just that star on the helmet, because you're promoting Micah to get his money. You're promoting CD Lamb to get his money until it's time for them to actually negotiate their contracts. And Stephen A starts throwing shade at Micah Parsons and CD Lamb. But yeah, the way they do Dak is BS, for real, for real. Uh, uh, yeah. Yeah, Simon says, postseason, Dak got to get it together. Yes, Dak has to get it together, but the entire team, like from this last Green Bay game, I know I'm beating a dead horse, and I hate to use that analogy, but I'm saying it over and over, but that was a huge team loss. Like it wasn't just Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott didn't help with that interception and the other pick, and there was one that could have been another pick, but that was a whole team loss on both sides of the ball. On all three phases of the game, it was just bad. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jerry. We support four over here. I mean, if you don't support four, then that's on you. I'm not gonna sit here and say just because you tuned into the Angry Cowboys fan that you either support Dak Prescott or you can get out of here. Nah. Because at the end of the day, it's about the Dallas Cowboys. It ain't about just one player. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. But at this time, as number 4 wears the star on his jersey and the star on his helmet, that's my quarterback. Plain and simple. Yeah. That's how it says that Cowboys run Texas. That'll never change. Ooh boy. That's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a good game coming up this year, and I'm gonna be right in front of the TV watching it. Yes, sir. Steven said we've been all in what? uh we've been all in. No, we haven't. No, we haven't. Bargain shopping is not all in. Going and picking like the 15th or the 18th player on the free agency, that's not all in. Steven and Jerry knows what's all in. I think Jerry knows what's all in more than Steven does. Jerry's like, we're going all in. Like when they go to the store, we going on a shopping spree. And Steven's like, let me, Jerry throwing stuff in the cart and Steven right behind him, like putting it back on the shelf. But Steven has to get it right because right now, like they don't realize after this Green Bay game, so many people in Cowboys Nation was on the fence of being like, yo, I've had enough. I've had enough of this roller coaster, and they won't do anything throughout the years to correct that, to change that. And it's like, wow. And I understand when people come and they talk about, oh, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And it's like, how can I combat that talking point? Because they are doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. And it sucks. But Stephen Jones, if y'all going all in, please do not stand in the way of Jerry. I mean, if he's trying to do a Johnny Manziel type thing, then, step in the way. Dad, what are you doing? But if he's going out to get, let's say, Derrick Henry, and that we need a power back in the backfield, let him do his work. For real, let him do it. All right, bam, let's see. Jared says, it's definitely the star. Kirk Cousins has an even worse playoff resume, but he doesn't get as much heat as Dak because he's in relatively small market Minnesota. Yeah. I mean, they do give the amount of smoke that they give Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't mind Dak Prescott getting. But when it comes to Dak as opposed to Kirk Cousins, Dax is way out the roof. They go way in left field messing with Dak Prescott, talking about Dak. They'll just mention Kirk Cousins like, yeah, Kirk Cousins can't get it done in the big games. Next, so man, and Kirk Cousins is a free agent in this coming off season. What would y'all think about him in Cowboys Nation? Oh boy. Let's see, Nisi. Stephen A works for Jerry. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, okay, let me finish reading. Stephen A works for Jerry in the off season. He's the mouthpiece and contract destroyer. See, that's what I was saying in my video. I'm like, there is something more when it comes to Dak Prescott. And now I'm wondering if it's just Dak Prescott or if it's going to be the people that are coming up in contract negotiations at the time. Like, let's say when Micah Parsons goes up, I don't believe Stephen A is going to be that critical of his contract because he's gone on record to say, get your money, man, get your money. And he knows that Micah Parsons will step to the microphone and challenge him on that. So I don't think he's going to be that harsh on Micah, but Dak, when it comes to CD Lamb, oh yeah. He going to be that. He going to try and be that contract destroyer. For real, Nisa, you're absolutely right. For real. LT Ray in the building. What's going on with you? Says, I'm hoping that the Green Bay loss is finally the thing that makes our boys at least play like they want to win. See, that's the thing. And people, we got to have them dogs. Like, you can be a dog physically and be a puppy mentally. You know what I'm saying? You can be this beast on the outside, but be mashed potatoes on the inside. And for real, when we stepped in that game against Green Bay, we were mashed potatoes on the inside. Man, I don't know what was going on, but as far as their mental, they need to get their mental well-being situated to where they're going in and you're a lion. You got the mentality of a lion, Ugh. But I hope that you're right. I hope that Green Bay loss kind of ignited a fire. And I know a lot of people were saying, well, Green Bay, and they were coming to your house and you were, what were we, 15 or 16-0 at home at that time? I think it was 16-0 at home that time. And they came in and beat us. I was like, okay, you look at that. 16-0. One more win, and that's a regular season undefeated. How many teams do that? Like, y'all expect, I'm not giving any excuses or anything, but y'all expect the Cowboys to go undefeated for the rest of existence at home? No, they're going to have a loss. And unfortunately, that loss came in the first round of the playoffs. Still puts a sour taste in my mouth, but got to deal with reality. Man, LT, I'm thankful that you're here, brother. Thankful that you're here. Let's see. Simon says, that's a mouthful, yo. That's a mouthful. Simon says, it starts at the top. Mike McCarthy needs to keep them prepared, especially for the postseason. See, I have gone on record, and I know my record doesn't really mean anything to the top heads, but I have gone on record saying that if I were head coach, I would have two different playbooks. One playbook for the regular season and one playbook for the playoffs. That way you can't scheme for the offense because you don't know the offense. You don't know what we're going to run. We've been practicing this stuff in practice, but we ain't showed it in a single game during the regular season. Then we go into the playoffs. We line up in the formations that they're accustomed to, and then you run a play that they haven't seen. Like, whoa, where did that come from? The element of surprise. We also need that in the postseason. And y'all heard, the 49ers and everybody that our offense was so predictable and stuff. Anything that gives our team a mental advantage, then that's what we need to do. For real. Excuse me. But let's see. Fresh King, what's going on? This is actually the first time I remember seeing your name in here, so I'm going to remember that. Fresh King 36 says, I support whichever player on the team wants to be in the team. That's what I'm talking about. Hashtag sign King Henry. Hashtag support for. We need to get that hashtag going for real. I like that hashtag support for, because there's a lot of Cowboys Nation out there that's dogging them, and I was actually going to talk about that during my spiel, but I definitely want to get to y'all stuff before that. All right, let's see. Bruce got the toxic juice. I like the name. All right, it says some people have 4-letter network syndrome because they forget there are 53 dudes and a gang of coaches on the team. Sorry, my dyslexia kind of kicked in there. Um, yeah, see, that's the thing. People don't understand that. I don't care like what happens. Yeah, the 49ers lost in the playoffs. Both losses you can attribute to the offense, just for the simple fact the defense was able to keep them at a low score, and the offense should have been able to get there and rule the day, but we didn't. Um, but my thing is like there was also like time management issues from the coaches, the play calling, and everything like that. There is more than just one person that deserves blame when a team loses. I don't care if the quarterback threw 2 pick sixes. Everybody has to explain. The quarterback may have to explain more, but let's say the quarterback throws a pick going into our own red zone, and now that other team has to march all the way down the field to score, and they do. Like, all right, the quarterback threw the interception. Why couldn't the defense stop them? During the whole Green Bay game, it's like, yeah, our offense is stagnant. Why can't the defense get a stop? So I hope this year we're able to get the pieces that we need. We're able to get pieces that we need back. I don't know what's going on with Leighton Vander Esch. Last time I knew, his family was saying like, yo, don't count us out yet. Don't sit here and say that he's retiring and everything because of his neck. Don't count it out yet. So I'm praying, I'm hoping for Leighton Vander Esch, but I understand the situation. If you got to retire, dude, your neck is more important than the NFL, to keep it a buck. And on some realness, if I was Jerry Jones, and let's say we did make it to the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl next year, I'm not saying we're going, but if we happen to win a Super Bowl next year, I'd give Leighton Vander Esch a ring. Here you go, dog. Thank you for your service. For real. Oh, I like this one, Simon says. They've been all in the bargain bin shopping at Dollar General. All in the bargain bin. Yeah, man. As soon as they realize that you can't get a $5 steak and a filet mignon, you know what I'm saying? You can't get top quality performance out of mid-grade people. And I know a lot of people would argue like, you're talking about Dak Prescott. You can't get top quality quarterback play out of a mediocre quarterback. But I don't think Dak Prescott is mediocre. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think he's mediocre at all. He is not from the Dollar General. I give Dak Prescott J.C. Penney's, maybe Macy's. Oh, it says, bro, I'm trying to send you $5, but this apps keep declining my card, and there's no problem with it. Like Google accounts. Man, Google, you're bugging. Google, you're bugging. Come on now. He trying to help the cause, and y'all don't want him helping the cause. See, you know who it is, right? You know who it is. If Mojo Jojo was in here, he'd tell you, Jerry Jones blocking you sending that $5. But I do have, and if anybody wants to, there's absolutely zero pressure, but I do have the QR code for the Cash App. It should pop up right there on your screen. If you want to support the channel, if you want to help support the channel, you can hit that QR code and it goes right to the Angry Cowboys Fan Cash App, where I will be getting some to-go stuff. So whenever I do leave the house, I can actually still bring y'all my raw and uncut to the masses and it not look like crap. Because I tell you, I went back and I looked at those videos. There's one video where, man, the lighting is so bad. I just look like a silhouette. Like, man, I know I'm a dark complected guy, but geez, you only see my teeth? What the hell? But yeah, if you want to support the channel, help support the channel, you can support the channel by hitting that QR code, or you can support the channel by just giving it a thumbs up, sharing the content to other Dallas Cowboys fans, to your friends who are Cowboys fans, because y'all help this channel grow. It's all about y'all. Y'all know that. It's all about y'all. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and get into my little spiel that I got for y'all, my little spiel. And the spiel is about, it's about free agency. As you know, the Dallas Cowboys got a lot of players that's about to become free agents this offseason. Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Stephon Gilmore, Dorrance Armstrong, Jaron Curse, Jordan Lewis, Dante Fowler Jr., Noah Igbenogany, and I know a lot of people can't say Igbenogany, and it's kind of weird, but Jonathan Hankins, Trent Sieg, Chuma Edoga, Neville Gallimore, Rico Dowdle, and Tyler Biadasz. Obviously, we can't keep all them guys, so who do you think, who would be, okay, I'll give you 4 people that you can pick from those free agents. Who would you retain? Y'all let me know in the chat. But my list of free agents that I would want to retain, first off, Tyron Smith. I just believe Tyron Smith is a veteran. He is a veteran leader. In that locker room, that man has a voice, especially on the offensive side of the ball. If he talks, the offense is going to listen, just like Zach Martin. Those are our 2 main guys on that offensive line. So why not retain them? You know what you got to do with them. You probably got to pay them every year, but just sit out practice this time. Don't be eating no donuts. Don't be going and eating hot dogs and corn dogs and stuff. Stay in shape, but we're not going to practice you that much. You might do some walkthroughs and everything like that, but we ain't going to stress you out. We need you for the games, So, bring him back. Gilly Rock, Stephon Gilmore, please. He is a leader. I bet you he's a leader in that defensive back room. And with Trayvon Diggs coming back, Trayvon can hold his own. But when you have that veteran leadership right there, when you have that veteran presence in the locker room, Diggs is going to be going to Stephon Gilmore like, yo, what's up with the tips? Can I get some tips? And keeping him there, he'll be able to do that. I don't know what kind of deal it would be, if it would be a 1 year or a multi-year contract, but y'all know Gilly Rock is getting up there in age. Just really depends on if he wants to stay a Cowboy, which he does. He says there's pretty much unfinished business. So I'm saying keep him. I also would like to keep Jonathan Hankins. Jonathan Hankins, man, I've been watching his YouTube channel, and he seems like a really good dude, would do whatever for the team. He wants to be on the team. He is great at stopping the run. He plugs the interior up pretty nicely. So I'd like to keep him. And Trent Sieg, he's the long snapper and everything. I think you could probably find those a dime a dozen. But my 4th one, it would be Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle, for the simple fact that you're not going to franchise tag Tony Pollard again. No, it's just too much. And the running back market is going down. So you're not going to do that. Unless Tony Pollard would take a severe pay cut. I'm talking about a $5 million pay cut. I would go with Rico Dowdle. Get him a heavy hitting running back there to complement him, to split the carries, have that thunder and lightning like it was Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. I believe Rico Dowdle could fill Tony Pollard's shoes. He's good out the backfield with receptions, and he's good at the scat back. He was able to break off a lot of good runs, a lot of good screens, and it was Tony Pollard that was trying to tenderize the defensive line. So if you get a bruiser back in there, whether through the draft or you do go get King Henry, I think Rico Dowdle could complement him nicely. And then the 3rd running back on the roster being Deuce Vaughn to be able to be that scat back. And I think that would be a nice tandem in the backfield. My other little wish list, I know I said 4 people, but I was thinking about Dante Fowler Jr. He showed flashes this year. Sacks and tackles for losses and everything. He showed flashes, but I also feel that he's going to be going to Washington so he can get more playing time under Dan Quinn. Also, part of me like to see Neville Gallimore. He's a good piece. He's been known to reconstruct his contract to give more cap space too. He's been known to be team friendly. Like this past year, he was due $2.75 million. and they restructured it to 1.5 million. He just wanted to see the Cowboys get more pieces. So I see the Cowboys working with him and getting a deal done that is beneficial for him and the team as well. Giving that nice little team-friendly discount. It ain't going to be a lot, but I think they'll get the deal done when it comes to Neville Gallimore. But like I was talking about Rico Dowdle, I mean, he proved this year that he can break off those runs, that he can be that complementary piece in the backfield. I know I actually heard an interview that Tony Pollard, he was like, man, I really didn't like being the feature back. I like having that tandem, and maybe they'll bring Tony back, but Rico's calculated market value per year coming up is $2 million annual salary. His market value is projected to be 3 years, $6,165,901. The Cowboys could probably offer him $6 million and give him a nice sign-on bonus, and he would take it. Who knows? They could offer him $5 million to come back. I think that they're not going to be clamoring, This offseason, during the free agency, there's going to be a lot of running backs that are available, and they're going to be a nice crop of running backs coming out of college. A running back like him could go to the free agency and get Zeked. And I bet y'all wondering what Zeke means. He could go out there and nobody even come close to $6 million for 3 years. The Cowboys could get him at a reduced rate if he's not careful. I don't see teams breaking the bank for Rico Dowdle's services, so I feel the Cowboys will be able to re-sign him and give Tony Pollard the boot, unfortunately. That's if Tony Pollard doesn't want to take a pay cut to stay a Cowboy. But what do y'all guys think? If you had a choice, which one would it be? Rico Dowdle or Tony Pollard? Let me know in the chat, y'all. Let me know in the chat. But speaking of the chat, let me go ahead and get back to y'all. See what y'all saying. See what's being said. Nisi says going all in. I will leave it when the HC has completely say over what. Oh yeah, has complete say over what people he wants and he gets. Said players. Yeah, that is an all-in move. I mean, an all-in move is pretty much giving not total, but control over the player personnel, not control over the draft and everything like a Bill Belichick, but control over my men on the field, control of these 53 men on this roster as well as the practice squad. Let me have reign over them. Let me be able to strike fear in their hearts. If you do this, you're going to get this. They don't have that right now, because if they do this and you give them that, they go right to Jerry. They go right to Jerry and be like, well, yo, Jerry, I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to forfeit this money because I jumped off sides. Like, come on, bro, learn discipline. But you're right. And going all in is giving the head coach the power back. Going all in is giving the head coach and the rest of the coaches the power to be able to make the culture and not the culture come from the front office. I think they asked Stephen Jones something about the culture at the combine, and he said that there wasn't an issue with the culture. Like, bro, you ain't on the field. You ain't in that locker room. There's something wrong with the culture, and we need to get it corrected before the season starts. If we are a football team that's going to go in and smash you in the mouth on defense, then we need to make every move possible to be able to go in there and smash you in the mouth. For real. Let's see. Bruce got the toxic juice. I don't know. I gotta laugh when I say that name. Stephen A did say he and Jerry were good friends. Yeah, see, that's what I said in the video. That's what I said in the video. If you haven't watched that video, I highly suggest that you go to the Angry Cowboys Fan and watch the video. But I feel that Stephen A. Like, yo, yeah, we friends. You ain't been on the yacht? You ain't been on the yacht? No, they ain't been on the yacht. And you've been on the yacht because y'all sitting there having champagne and stuff, having wine, sipping, talking about, yeah, Stephen A. When Dak Prescott comes up for contract negotiations, I need you to go on there and just talk crap about him. You know, how y'all like my Jerry Jones voice? Shoot, but I truly think that that's the ploy. That's what's going on. And y'all need to stop it, Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Y'all need to stop slandering these players, because once you get them signed, it's going to be like, oh, please take us to the promised land. Please take us. Nah, man, what's up? You didn't want to pay me to begin with, and now it's like, oh, everything's on Dak. Come on, man, please. Get out of here. But thank you for that, Bruce. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mayfield in the building. What's going on? Mayfield says, it's amazing how the Cowboys and Dak is the only storyline on all the sports networks. They wouldn't eat if the Dallas Cowboys wasn't a talking point. Somebody actually said that in my comment section. Like, man, ESPN wouldn't eat if they didn't talk about the Dallas Cowboys. And that's a shame. You know, that's a shame. At least, and I was thinking about this, and I didn't put it in my video, but I'm like, Stephen A., if you're going to be the villain to Cowboys Nation, why don't you be the villain to all the NFL? What the smoke that you give the Dallas Cowboys, why don't you give that to everybody? That way, everybody will tune in to what you got to say and kind of rebuttal it and everything. But nah, he ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. He gets more play if he hates on the Dallas Cowboys. And like I've said before, hate on the Dallas Cowboys. Be that villain to Cowboys Nation. But stop making it personal, dude. We ain't rats and roaches. We human beings. We men and women over here. Just like you. We put our shirt on just like you every single morning. So for you to consider us rats and roaches, that's the problem that I got with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. But anyway, see, y'all about to get me revved up on Stephen A. Shoot. All right. And Jared says, Angry Cowboys fan, it can't be that Dak is to blame for every playoff loss. He can improve, but it's a team game. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, come on. Dak Prescott, I'll say year 7, because he was out with that ankle injury. He's going into year 8 now, even though it's officially 9. But he has gotten better. Man, he has gotten better. It ain't like he continues to decline. This man was just second in MVP running. He was second team all pro. And I can't believe that there's some of Cowboys Nation that's like, let's just get rid of him. Let's play Trey Lance. And I am working on a video because I've heard play Trey Lance. I've heard play Cooper Rush, because Cooper Rush did great when we went 5-1, even though Cooper Rush only went 4-1. Play him. Go get Sam Howell. Like, what? Like, first and foremost, Sam Howell ain't even a free agent. You'd have to trade for him, and they want draft capital for a quarterback. Man, people are crazy. People are crazy. But you're right. He has room to improve. Dak, like I said before, I said it earlier in the season when I started the channel. I'm like, just because, let's say we do get knocked out this year, the Super Bowl window is not closed. It's not closed. I say we got about 2 or 3 more years. 2 or 3 more good years, and then that's when it's like, all right, now it's time to blow it up. It's time to retool, revamp. We might have to go, what, 4-13 to get a good draft pick. But it's not always guaranteed, though. With that first round, like that first overall pick, it's not always guaranteed that the play from college will translate to the play in the NFL. Y'all know that. And that's my argument with anti-Dak people. It's like you want to go to the draft and gamble. You want to gamble on getting a quarterback that could potentially be better than Dak. You're already setting yourself behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my argument about anti-Dak fans. But you're right, Jerry. He can definitely improve. Let's see. All right. Well, the coaches doesn't ask for what he wants. That's why they don't get what they need. See, I don't know. Because when Dan Quinn was here, he was asking for defensive players because they were kind of cherry picking defensive players from the Atlanta Falcons. So I'm pretty sure, yo, Dak needs some more help. Dak needs a running game. We need to get a running back. And I hope that Jerry really consults with, Dak Prescott. Probably not, but consults with Dak Prescott and Mike McCarthy on, we're thinking about getting this running back. What do you think? Austin Eckler. Yeah, he's okay. A little injury prone. Same with Saquon Barkley, but if that's what you're going to give us, I guess that's what we're going to have to work with, so the all-in aspect, it really falls on Jerry and them, because if they just flip the green light and say it's a go on everything, don't worry about the bank, we'll figure it out. Go get your players. Let's see. Having a problem with Google Pay, is that a normal problem? I don't know. I'm too paranoid to use Google Pay. I don't know. I just think like, dang, I can just go up here and it's good. Like, so what stops somebody else from putting their phone in mine? I mean, so it's my conspiracy theories. But anyhow, all right, let's see. Nisi says Mike McCarthy says he was going to have to play. He was going to have to play for CD Lamb and running backs, but as we have seen, he didn't. Is Mike the liar? I don't. Mike, he started this whole journey off, saying that we are going to play more conservative, complementary football. We're going to get the ball out of Dak's hands so he doesn't feel pressured to have to win the game for us. And then it was Dak Prescott was pressured and had to win the game for us. I don't think it was Mike being so much of a liar as it was people selling the current team to him. Like selling the running game to him. Oh, yeah, Tony Pollard, he'll be able to do exactly what Zeke did. Well, he wasn't really, So I don't know if it's him as the liar or him just trying to work with what he has. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for that. Nisi. John says, I support 53. That's whoever our roster ends up being. See, and that's the thing. That is the thing. And people get that misconstrued as, oh, you're a Dak apologist. And, oh, man. What was the last one that somebody called me? A Dakosexual? Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, no, I support who has the star on their helmet. I support them. I am a Dallas Cowboy fan. We are DC for life. And that's not DC, but you got to get rid of this person. DC, but you got to get rid of that person. Michael Gallup hasn't done anything for the last 2 years. And I'm not out there campaigning, get rid of Michael Gallup. Get rid of him. The Dallas Cowboys ain't ish until they get rid of Michael Gallup. They ain't never gonna win until they get rid of. No, that's not my stick. He's on this team. He's a part of this team for right now. So I'm like, Michael Gallup, come on, man, get it together. He showed up in the Green Bay game, but I think that was because Dak Prescott was forcing them the ball because he kind of knew the ultimate outcome after that game. That game being his last. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I support all 53 as well, my brother. I support all 53. Right. Bruce says, this year's free agency should be more important than the draft. Yeah, I can rock with that. I can rock with that. Like the free agency, that's where you get your seasoned veterans. That's where you get the people that have had their battle scars and everything that are war ready, that you could plug into the middle linebacker position and have them going at it. Like with college, they want them to be plug and play now, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them need that expert tutelage from the veterans on the team. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. The free agency might be a little bit more important than the draft this year. But that 24th pick that we got, I want to see who they pick. Because I actually put something on Twitter. Yeah, if you ain't following me, I got all my social media handles in the description. You could just follow those links and it'll take you to wherever I'm at. But oh, I lost the thing. Dang. Anyhow, I forgot what I was saying. Anyhow, I lost the dang shoot. Anyhow, sorry about that. Let's see. Support since 80. Yeah, support since 81, 42 years and counting. How about them Cowboys? Since 81. Yo. Keith, you have been representing the Dallas Cowboys. You have been DC for life since I was -1. Man. God, man, I admire Cowboys fans like you guys. Like, I know there's some people, we got to win a Super Bowl. It just sucks. It's like, but Cowboys fans from the 80s, from the 70s and 60s, they know what it's like. They know what droughts are like. They know what losing seasons are like. And they're just sitting back waiting, like, yeah, they're going to get it together. They're going to get it together. I have the utmost faith that the Dallas Cowboys are going to get it together within the next, I'll give it 5 years. I'll give it 5 years. Boom. Let's see. My homie Free Your Mind in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? It's good to see you. It's good to see all y'all up in here, man. Representing them Dallas Cowboys. You represent the Angry Cowboys fan, but that's secondary. We represent Cowboys Nation. Yes. Keith, man, you golden, bro. I appreciate you thinking about me. I truly do, man. Technology sucks nowadays. All right, Bruce. He says Hankins, Gilmore, and Tyron Smith. Keep them. Okay, yeah, I'm with all three of those picks. I am with all three of those picks. Michael, you 100% correct. Diggs going down really hurt. Diggs going down hurt mentally. That hurt the team mentally. That you could tell, like when we heard about it, it happened in practice, obviously. And when we heard about it, we are like, oh no. Oh no. And when they came to play the Arizona Cardinals, that's actually when I started my YouTube channel, is after the Arizona Cardinals loss. But when they played the Arizona Cardinals, they just looked so depleted and deflated. Like they came into that game like, man, what are we gonna do? So you are absolutely right. Diggs going down hurt, but I'm hoping Diggs coming back has the the different effect, and it pumps us up. It gets us back to like, yeah, we could do this. We could do this. You got DeMarvion Overshown coming back. Like, I think he's going to be a dog. I think he is going to be a dog. I can't wait to see what he has. I can't wait to see him play. All right. Simon says Tyrod should stay, Gilly, Hankins, and Jaron Curse. I've heard a lot of people say Jaron Curse should hit the door. But I also thought, like, I think Jaron Curse is a dog in his own way. I always joke with my brother. I was like, man, that man look like he'd kick your ass. Yeah, shoot. Uh-oh. What we're saying, Revelation journalist. And Steven is now insulting Tex Green game over his new age holistic culture, not about football anymore. Holistic just meaning a whole, together and not individually. I made sure I was like, holistic. Let me just make sure I know what that means. So I looked it up and I'm like, all together. I got you. I got you. Oh, Leon says, all our DTs got to go. Maybe keep Osa. You don't like Hankins? See, I like Hankins and Neville Gallimore. I love Osa Odighizuwa. I like him. I believe he's dope. And he gets in at the quarterback too. So yeah, Osa's that dude. Nisi says Dante Fowler and Noah Igbenogany. No, okay. Noah might be cheap too. He might be cheap. You'd be able to keep him back there and actually play him for the position that he was meant to be played for instead of hybrid linebackers and stuff like that. But give Noah a chance. Lamar, what's going on with you? What is going on with you, man? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to be back from North Carolina. Well, it's bittersweet. I wish I was down there with him, with my brother, but I had to come back. And I came back to my ACF family. I miss you guys. But Keith David says, yes, Keith David says, keep Hankins. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Mike with the I like Rico. Yeah, I like Rico too. It's funny. And it's not just because Rico's from my high school. Rico, he has the ability. If he has another running back to be able to tenderize that defensive front, he has the ability to strike out, to get those 45-yard touchdown runs. Kind of like Tony Pollard. I think he would be a cheaper Tony Pollard. But yo, Carlito Cash in the building. What's going on with you? Yeah, it's good to see you. Rico's a beast. Yeah, I like seeing that. Oh, Davy G. Hey, David Gonzalez is in the building. What's going on with you? I can't forget about you, bruh. What do I think of Jacobs? What do I think of Josh Jacobs from the Raiders? He wouldn't be my first pick. Out of the running backs that everybody is focusing on, everybody's looking at, like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard. He wouldn't be my first go-to. Obviously, my first go-to is Derrick Henry. Jacobs is a part, and so is Saquon Barkley. They're a part of that whole movement to try and argue against the devaluement of the running back position. The running back position is being devalued. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it coming. And Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley are kind of spearheading the fight against it. And I'm like, okay, so if you're going to fight that, then you're going to fight this $4 million contract that I'm about to try and give you. So, but as far as talent wise, he's good when he's on the field, he's good, but I've heard he's injury prone as well. I mean, not like a Saquon Barkley, but when he's injured, you feel it on the team. So I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to look for the big guy to be back there, the big hulking force that people get scared of when they look in your backfield. They like, oh man, could you imagine behind our line, you got Dak Prescott, who's a threat. You got CeeDee Lamb, who's a threat. Brandon Cooks, who's a threat. And then you're looking in the backfield and you see Derrick Henry. It's like, come on, man. How are we going to do this? How are we going to stop this man? So Jacobs, it depends on how much he wants. If he going in talking about vet minimum because they done lost the war on devaluing the running back, take him. But if he talking about 10 million, 12 million, stuff like that, nah, bruh. Try it and try your luck on the free agency. Thank you for that, free your mind. Thank you. All right. Carlito Cash says Swift or Barkley would be nice. Henry is breaking down like DeMarco Murray did. Ooh. But I mean, this year, with the worst line in the NFL, he was able to eclipse 1,100 yards with the worst line. King Henry was doing his thing. So just imagine him being behind the Cowboys line. I mean, I ain't saying that the Cowboys line is the Cowboys line of Travis Frederick, but it's serviceable. And if he could get 1,100 yards, over 1,100 yards with a 32 ranked offensive line, he can do damage with the Cowboys. Swift from the Eagles, I think he's gonna be. I think the Eagles might re-sign him. I truly think the Eagles might re-sign him. He was a good fit there. Like, I remember when he was on Michael Parsons' podcast, The Edge. I was like, yeah, that's a Philly brother. Yeah, that's a Philly brother. And Barkley, the main reason why I would go after Barkley is, for one, get that running back in the backfield, but two, stick it to the Giants. For real. Stick it to the Giants. Get Saquon. And if we were to get Saquon, I bet they'd be like, yeah, let us get Tony Pollard. DeMarco Murray. Mm-hmm. Yo, Scott, what's going on with you? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for joining the Angry Cowboys Fan Live, boy. Thank you. Up. The real, what's going on with you? Says Tony Pollard ain't coming back. Oh no. He said Frank Gore Jr. is the one for the Cowboys. Oh, you got jokes, huh? You got jokes, huh? Free your mind. Barkley scares me because he's always injured. See, that's what I'm thinking about with Austin Eckler and what I'm thinking about with Saquon Barkley. I'm worried about their injury history, and they're going to want fully guaranteed money. And if they get injured, they got that injury guarantee, and you're SOL in the season, and you're still paying for this running back that can't produce. So I ain't too fond of Barkley. He's a stud. Don't get it twisted. And maybe, just maybe, it'll have that Christian McCaffrey type of vibe, because Christian McCaffrey was always hurt when he played for the Carolina Panthers. Always hurt. Goes over to the 49ers, and he may be out a couple games, but it ain't nothing serious like it was in Carolina. So maybe getting behind the Dallas Cowboy line for Saquon Barkley would benefit him as well, and he wouldn't be so injury prone. I don't know that, but if I was a betting man, I don't know if I could bet on Saquon. Yeah, Michael. Unfortunately, I hate to see both of them go, but I think we're gonna see both of them go. Let Tony and Gallup go. Like, man, I was hoping for Gallup. I was wishing for Gallup. Like, man, just get it together. Like, you coming off an ACL injury, I know it's tough and everything, but if you can get your mojo back, boy, we will be a force to be reckoned with. Because before that injury, Michael Gallup was he wasn't a number one. Let's not get it twisted, but he was that dude at number two. You could throw that man out and have it 3 yards out of bounds, and he would still catch it, man. But now it's just, what do? You hate to see him go, but you love to watch him leave because of the salary cap. Keep it a buck. Man. See, everybody on the boat saying, John saying that TP got to kick some rocks. What if Tony Pollard say, yo, I'll take vet minimum? Would you keep him? You see, Jay said, I let Tony walk. Everybody let him walk. Nisi, The way Quinn left Dallas and the way he sabotaged the playoffs says a lot about his character. All coaches and players from Dallas that follows him says a lot about them. Good luck and good riddance. Dang. Facts. Oh my goodness, facts. And I bet y'all ain't heard this one in a minute, so I'm just gonna hit it for you.
Yeah! Here we go!
Ain't heard that in a minute. Uh-huh. Yeah, what happened to that? Nisi, you right smack dab on, for real, for real. Ever since I found that out about Dan Quinn, oh my goodness. I'm like, I ain't never wanted to play Washington so bad and just go in there and beat them down. Oh my. How you gonna lead the Dallas Cowboys with your middle finger in the air? That's crazy, man. Did us dirty. On week 18, you knew about this. And you did us dirty, dude. You kept the Dallas Cowboys hostage. Oh, I might go. Oh, I might go. Oh, I might go. Go, dude. But the Dallas Cowboys shouldn't have sat back. Like, oh, you taking these interviews? All right, we doing interviews of our own. We shouldn't have been behind the 8 ball the way we were. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have been behind the 8 ball like we were. We should have been prepared, because for the last 2 seasons, he's been getting these head coaching interviews. Just because you were able to retain him last year and he was like, nah, we got unfinished business, don't mean that he's not going to look at a team that has the 2nd overall pick and could get a franchise quarterback and do what he wants to do as opposed to what Mike McCarthy or Jerry Jones wants to do. You knew you were going to lose him. You should have been 2 steps ahead. Man, I tell you, Cowboys, I swear the Cowboys organization be playing checkers and not chess, for real. 2 steps back and everything. All right. Let's see. It says, how about Henry and Pollard if he doesn't get what he wants? I mean, I could see Henry and Pollard. I can see that. You know, I truly think that that Pollard and Rico Dowdle are kind of on the same level. You know, they're not the premier back, but they're a good piece in a running back by committee room, you know. So I can see it. You know, it kind of be like Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard 2.0, but I can see it. Oh, Carlito said trade D Law. D Law, company man. D Law is a Cowboy for life. I think Jerry gonna keep D Law no matter what. I'm pretty sure you could probably trade D Law and get some nice picks out of him. For real. Like, you might get a 2nd and a 3rd for D Law, but he gonna be with the team. You know that, Carlito. Shoot. Yeah, see, and Keith agrees with you, Nisi. He says good riddance to Dan Quinn. Says good riddance. Oh, Michael says Stephen A's a sellout. Word. Yeah, man. I respect Stephen A. I respect Stephen A for what he does, as far as everything that he does to be the villain, everything that he does to get his money. But like I said, when you cross that personal line, that's when all bets are off. Like, my dude, the people that rock in this channel, the people of Cowboys Nation ain't rats and roaches. You crazy? Man. Let's see. Who said something? Want leadership and intimidation? I'll say it again. We should hire Chuck Norris. Shoot. Come on, John. We're going to hire Chuck Norris. I think Chuck Norris is short. Ain't he like 5'8", 5'9", something like that? I don't think Chuck can get it done. We have Walker, Texas Ranger over on the sidelines. Shoot. We keep Pollard in rotational role and get Henry. Yeah, David. I mean, I'm with it. Like I said, Rico and Tony Pollard are pretty much the same player. So if you want to keep Pollard but get the bruiser back, then I'm with it. I am absolutely with it. All right. Let's see. Real We need to see what Dallas does in free agency at the running back position. I do not think that they're signing Henry. There go. There's your dash of realism. Y'all know, Cowboys Nation. I'm going to tell you right here. Don't get your hopes up for a splash acquisition in free agency when it comes to the running back position. Don't get your hopes up. If they go out and get a Derrick Henry or a Saquon Barkley, let it surprise you. Don't let the disappointment of them not going out to get them be the thing that surprises you. Let them show you and not tell you. I will tell you that all day, every day for free. But the real you right, you know, I hope they were to get Derrick Henry, but when the Cowboys front office does Cowboy front office things, you can just kiss Derrick Henry goodbye. I've also heard that the Ravens are interested in Derrick Henry as well. It's going to be a bidding war. See if the Cowboys are up to the challenge. All right. Yeah, Simon says you're absolutely right. Without the Dallas Cowboys, ESPN has no opening content. None at all. And especially, y'all know, after a Dallas Cowboys win, where everybody at? They on ESPN, like, what you got to say? What you got to say now? And unfortunately, after a loss, I'm on ESPN, like, oh, what you got to say now? Shoot, but yeah, they wouldn't pay the bills without the Cowboys. Let's keep it 100. And Carlito Cash. All right. If Stephen A is really hanging out with Jerry, and I know that's just a theory, filmed. Okay. Hopefully then I would say that that's nothing short of collusion to try and talk player contract costs down. They on that yacht for a reason. They ain't on that yacht playing, checkers. They ain't on that yacht playing PlayStation. They on that yacht talking about if you keep the Dallas Cowboys talked about on ESPN, I'll do this. Like, hey, Stephen A, Dak Prescott's contract's coming up. Why don't you dirty him up a little bit? I think that's what it is. And I joked with some people. I'm like, yo, if they take my YouTube channel, y'all know why. Jerry Jones said, cancel him. Shoot, Jerry, don't do that to me, please. Don't do that to me. I love talking to Cowboys Nation. Hey, Jerry, you said you want people talking about the Dallas Cowboys. That's what we do here. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys and we rep the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I'm talking about. Michael, what'd you say? You said he hated because he's Black Prescott. Oh, no. Oh God. Oh, no, I hope not. Because that's a whole nother ball of wax that I just don't want to talk about on here. I don't want to bring race into this. Keith Davis, he says, the way Stephen A jokes just makes him a joke. Yeah. He is what you call a frenemy. Yeah. He hates the nation. F him. That's what I say. And that's why I was so heated with Micah Parsons bringing him on the edge, because I'm like, if anybody hates the Angry Cowboys fan family, whoever rocks with this channel, you ain't coming on here. You ain't going to come on here to disrespect and degrade the people that come on here every day. Whenever I go live or whatever, whenever I drop a video, who come on here, give me their time. You ain't about to disrespect them. Nope. I don't care what type of clout you can give me or whatever like that. Like my brother was saying, he was like, yeah, with that whole clip on Twitter, what if Stephen A wanted to come on your show? It's like, if he wanted to come on the Angry Cowboys Fan, like if I opened up the line and I see Stephen A over there, I'm like, I'd bring him on, but I would bring him on to tell him, to tell him the tough things, to ask him the tough questions. Like, why do you hate Cowboys Nation for no reason? I don't care about some dusty ass chick that you dated, years down the road that was a Cowboys fan that dumped you. Obviously, you wasn't getting the job done, so she dumped you. Don't hate the Cowboys because of that. Like, dang. If that was the case, I'd hate Aerosmith. You know, I don't do that. So don't hate the Dallas Cowboys because of a chick. For real. Oh, Aubrey, I like that. Turpin was underused. Like, Turpin is more than a gadget player to me. I see Turpin being way more than that. You can use Turpin on the end arounds. You can use Turpins on the jet sweeps. You can use Turpin out of the backfield, just like you use CeeDee Lamb. You absolutely right. He was underused for real. And Nisi, you right. We will see what Trey Lance has to do in the preseason. We will see if Trey Lance can lead our second string to a victory. We'll see, because there's a lot of people that's banking on him that he could take us to the promised land quicker than Dak Prescott. That's the problem that the Joneses have us in already. Y'all talking about we don't need to pay Dak Prescott $60 million. Go with the cheaper route. Aren't you tired of going with the cheaper route? Aren't you tired of bargain bin shopping? That's exactly what putting Trey Lance and getting rid of Dak, or putting Cooper Rush and getting rid of Dak, would do. That's bargain shopping. Boy, I tell you, some Cowboys fans be trying to have their cake and eat it too. For real. Let's see. But I got to get to the rest of my spiel. Yeah, let me get to the rest of my spiel. Yeah, there's a lot of people that was asking, a lot of you Angry Cowboys fans was asking and wondering about how my brother's doing. I got to give y'all a brother update real quick. Well, while my wife and I were down there were a few scares and there were a couple hospital visits, but we got him regulated and he's feeling much better now. He's feeling better. We left him in good spirits. There you go. We had a great time at the Mad Monster Party in Concord, North Carolina. My brother is a huge Smallville fan. He loves that Superman show. And he got to meet Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling, and they pulled out the red carpet for him, man. He had his little scooter because, he has the foot injury. So put your knee on the scooter and scoot along. But he was just so weak at that point that I told him, I was like, yo, just sit on the scooter and I'll try and pull you. So we all took turns in pulling him, but he was able to be introduced to him. I also introduced him to Kane Hodder, who played Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, 7, 8, 9, and X. It was a heartfelt moment the whole time. And, we were able to have a good time. We were able to take him away from the harsh realities of recovering from 2 major surgeries. But today he's doing much better. Dialysis is going much better, and he's gotten his appetite back. So we're going to keep helping him stay comfortable and have a comfortable atmosphere for him to recover in. And with that being said, I got to say thank you to you guys. I got to say thank you, Angry Cowboys fan family. Your prayers and all your well wishes are being answered, And we were actually talking about it yesterday. And my brother, as he was saying thank you, because I was saying, everybody in Angry Cowboys Fan and Cowboys Nation, they praying for you to get better. And he was telling me, thank you, tell the Angry Cowboys fans, thank you that I received all the prayers and everything, and it officially turned me a Cowboys fan. I got him. We got him, Cowboys Nation. For those who don't know, myself and my sister, we're Dallas Cowboys fans. We have been Dallas Cowboys fans all of our lives since we've been watching football. My brother was originally a Buffalo Bills fan because, the back and forth between the Cowboys and the Bills in the Super Bowl back in the 90s. And that was before the expansion team, the Carolina Panthers, was established. Once they were established, every resident in North Carolina had a choice to make. You either stick with the team that you have now, or you go with the expansion team, the Carolina Panthers. I stuck with the Dallas Cowboys. He left Buffalo and went to the Carolina Panthers and had been a Panthers fan ever since. This year really rocked him off the wagon. What the Carolina Panthers did, this year, last year, the year before that, it kind of knocked him off the wagon. Also, having this channel, I would naturally talk to my brother about Dallas Cowboys. We would watch the Dallas Cowboys games together, and I try to educate him on things that I know about, the things that I didn't know about, like, more of the Landry days and back in the 60s. And, when the team was established, we go and watch documentaries and stuff. But he finally said the words while my wife and I were down there. He said, I guess I'm a part of Cowboys Nation now. It's time for me to buy a shirt. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Rick, I love you, bro. But let's talk about this Cam Newton situation real quick. While I got y'all on here, I want to talk about that. I don't know exactly what went down at camp. I wasn't there. I'm not able to guess what happened. I don't want to put words into people's mouths. All I know is what happened to respecting these players? What happened to the admiration for these players? I know if I were young and I was at a Cam Newton football camp, I'm like, yes, sir. No, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm acting like I got some damn sense. Not today, though. People feel like they have the right to swing off on anybody at any moment. Being at a camp like that, it'd be an honor and a privilege for me. I don't care what trash talk was said or whatever. I'm here to further my chances at making football a career. Fans nowadays are bold as hell. Super bold. They'll swing off on you. I even saw on Twitter, I've been heavy on X now. I saw on X where some clown, oh man, it pissed me off. He said, he sent do you call it a tweet now? But I guess he sent a tweet and it said, "We are all wishing for Dak to get in a car wreck." And put the praying hands up. How crazy do you have to be? That's just crazy. And then you tag the people in it, you tag Cowboys Nation, knowing that you about to get that smoke from Cowboys Nation. Man, I tell you, I don't know if y'all can see it, but this thing right here, it gives people some balls, y'all. That keyboard allows people to talk reckless, for real. But Cam held his own. He held his own. Hat didn't even touch the ground. I know his hair sticking out of it and everything, but that hat didn't even fall off his head. Whatever haymaker or punch that you tried to hit him with, it didn't hit the mark. Dude was handling everybody there. Like, y'all forget Cam Newton, like, what is he? Like, he like 6'4". Like, he my size. So, shoot, he gonna handle his own. But I still hope that he does the camp for the kids, though. Like, don't let these knuckleheads and a few bad apples spoil all the fun for everybody, But stop being knuckleheads, people. These people they only out here to try and help y'all. They trying to help y'all get good at the game. You're going to come over there and act stupid. For real. Man, can't take them nowhere, y'all. Can't take them nowhere. But we also going to talk about Dak Prescott real quick. People say that Dak Prescott needs everything around him. I've seen a lot of people say Dak Prescott needs the pieces around him. A great defense and a great offense and all the trimmings. There's only one quarterback that's currently playing today who really doesn't need all that, who can work with what he has, and that's Patrick Mahomes. All the other starting quarterbacks in the NFL, need to have the pieces around them in order to succeed. Like you see it with Josh Allen. Before he got Stephon Diggs, they didn't look too good up in Buffalo. He got Diggs, and they went to town. You know, you see it with Tua Tagovailoa. You see it with Joe Burrow. You know, you see it with all the quarterbacks except for Patrick Mahomes. Why is it an issue when it comes to Dak Prescott needing pieces? You see the NFC champions that were in the Super Bowl this year, the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy. That man is surrounded by talent. Why is it an issue to want Dak Prescott to be surrounded by talent? I've heard people say you can't ask Dak Prescott to go out there and win the game for you. Since we were shown that the run game wasn't going to work, Dak was asked to win every game and not just one or some of them. It was placed on Dak Prescott's shoulders to move the ball, to be pass heavy and get your receivers the ball. Zero run game to complement the pass. I'm not a Dak apologist, and I'm not a Dak destroyer either. I'm a realist, and I see with my own eyes what type of game it has to be, and I see what the Cowboys can do when they're firing on all cylinders. Like, when they have a run game, they're dangerous because the run complements the pass and vice versa. Y'all know we ain't had that. It's fine to have the pieces around you. The better the pieces, the better the chances at a Super Bowl appearance. Let's get them the pieces that we need in order to help lead this team to its first NFC championship in almost 30 years. But God, I'm switching gears again. But I made a mark on Cowboys Nation. I made a video of this, actually. I made a mark on Cowboys Nation over on X, and I hadn't been on X heavy at all. You know, I was trying to establish Facebook and establish TikTok before I moved on to X. But seeing that the to-do is over on X, I tried it out. I put that video clip up. And if you go over on my X, it'll say that I've been a member since 2019, but I just kind of converted my personal X to the Angry Cowboys Fan. So I've just started on that. I put that video clip up and it went crazy. So many Cowboys content creators reposted it. They liked it. I couldn't believe it. You know, like JD Drummond, Jay Tuck, Cowboys Fan Talk, Boss Cowboy, Law Nation. They all reposted the video. And that video made it feel like I was just officially welcomed into the Cowboys Content Creators Club. You know, it felt super nice. And I'm truly humbled by it. I also had to address something I said that was not the case in that clip. I said Stephen A. didn't sacrifice any money during the layoffs over at ESPN when he actually did. 15% to be exact. But I say that to say this. I will never act like I'm above reproach or correct when it comes to this. I may say something that's incorrect, or I may say something like a wrong year about a Super Bowl or something. If it's pointed out to me, I will certainly own up to my mistake and correct it. Even though everybody knows Dak delusional. Even though Dak delusional and I don't agree on Dak Prescott, he pointed out an error that I made and didn't say, "Ha, you don't know what you're talking about." He just pointed it out and tipped his hat. I deleted the section from the video, then he deleted his comment. This is what I love about you, the Angry Cowboys fans. People who genuinely rock with this channel and understand that all of us content creators on YouTube are human. We make mistakes. We may predict some things that don't come to pass. One thing that Law Nation says, and I can't find another way to say it, and I'm not going to use it more because I don't like biting people's style, but he always says, Charge it to my head and not my heart, you know. And for the most part, all of you ladies and gentlemen, don't do that here. Y'all help make this a safe haven for Cowboys Nation and for Dallas Cowboys fans who want to say they're raw and uncut. So I want to take this time to thank you from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all y'all. Being able to have adult conversations with like-minded Dallas Cowboys fans is a breath of fresh air every time I go live or whenever I release a video. I know I'm making it for human beings who love the Dallas Cowboys as much as I do. Guys and gals who are DC for life. We may not always agree on the strategy the Cowboys should take, but we do agree on the end results, a Super Bowl championship. We may disagree about how or who could lead us to the promised land, but we all agree that the promised land is where we want to be. Like I said earlier in my YouTube journey, we are all in different vehicles, using different lanes to get to the same destination, Cowboys Nation. Not only have we built this channel from the ground up together, a lot of you have prayed for my brother and sent your love to my family. For that, I thank you with all my heart. I thank you for all the comments, the likes, the conversation, the shares, the follows, the super chat, super thanks, and most importantly, the love. The love for the Cowboys Nation and the love for the Dallas Cowboys. But before I end this video, y'all know I got to come up to the chat and see what everybody talking about before we get up out of here. Been on here for an hour and 26 minutes, y'all, and still going strong. Still going strong. Mike says, since 77, still remember 1 of 15 season, face purple crying. Yeah, man. There have been highs and there have been lows with the Dallas Cowboys. There have been championship runs and there have been runs to the bathroom because you want to throw up. But you are definitely DC for life because you are right here with us still representing that star. Boy, that's why you're a dope human being. That's what I'm talking about with love of Cowboys. All right, let's see. Free Your Mind says, we need O-line dogs now. We got a couple of vets that's on the downside, but still able to teach them the way out. Yeah, you're right. Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, they are on the down slope of retirement. They're going to be retiring soon. And that's, if anybody, there are 3 people on this team that I want to get a championship. That's Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Dak Prescott. The reason Dak Prescott is because I want Dak Prescott to be able to hoist that trophy and show his mother. For real, for real. I want him to be like, Mom, we did it. I know I got to make it sad and everything, but that's my thing. Shoot. Nisi says, I'm ready to see what Zimmer does with this defense, what pieces he will add. I think we all ready for that, Nisi. I think we all ready to see what type of influence Mike Zimmer can have on this defense and also the front office when it comes to the draft. If y'all know we need pieces, we need some linebacking pieces. So I wonder if he's going to be able to be in the war room discussing it with Jerry. Hopefully he is. Yes. All right, Carlito says, I like Hankins, but I would rather he focus on other things than his podcast. I understand you want to grow your brand, but winning does that. See, I don't know if Jonathan Hankins, I don't know if his podcast is that much of a distraction like Micah Parsons would be. You know, Jonathan Hankins talks about his family life and stuff like that. You know, I think football is more secondary from what I've seen. I haven't gone through and binge watched any of his videos, but I have seen a few of them. And yeah, he'll talk about the Cowboys or he'll talk about wanting to come back to the Cowboys, but that's not the whole focal point of his YouTube channel. And if you're not going out there trying to get all these people to be guests on there, and I'm talking about these Stephen A's or Ryan Clark or blah, blah, blah. If you're getting your teammates, man, your teammates come over for dinner all the time. Like, bro, would you sit down with me? Yeah, sure, I'll sit down and be on your channel. And they knock it out in about an hour, and he just puts it out there. I don't know if it's that much of a distraction for Hankins as it would be for Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons wants to be about that life. If he's not playing football, he wants to be in front of a camera talking football. So I don't know. I think it's more of a distraction on him than it is on Hankins. Noah Igbenogany. I like saying his last name. Noah wasn't given a real chance due to favoritism. Ain't Igbenogany the one that we got? We traded. Was it Kelvin Joseph? We traded somebody to the Miami Dolphins, and we got him back from the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, but he really hasn't been given too much of a chance. I remember that one field goal block that he had. It was pretty dope. He was pretty dope. Imagine how hard you have to train in practice to get hurt. Yeah. Can't wait to see Diggs back with the rest of the D. We got this.
Yes! Here we go!
Here we go. Yes, we got this. We got this. Yeah, he going hard in practice. He is going hard. Like it was, from what I understand, it was just like a regular drill that they was doing, but he just wanted to do it over and over, and then he just popped. And if you go back and you watch film on Trayvon, watch how he lands when he gets interceptions. You would see a knee injury was coming, because he wouldn't hit the ground with his body. He would hit his knees first. And it's like, oh, you keep doing that on turf, boy, you're going to have a problem. And then it happens. So like they were telling Kyler Murray that, and Dak Prescott for a time, they got to learn how to slide and stuff like that. He has to learn how to hit the ground without hitting his knees. Like I remember watching that when he first came to the team. I was like, he's hitting his knees a lot. But John, let's see. We're going to get through some more of these, and then we're going to end the live, because I got to call my brother, check up on him, see how he doing. Yeah, I know. I'm my brother's keeper. Well, John says, not as old of a fan as some on here, but I do have a green number 47 Michael Irvin jersey in my collection, if that says anything. He was that dude. Michael is who I looked up to. Like, being on the taller side and playing football in elementary school and middle school, Michael Irvin was the one that I looked up to, because I was always tossed the 50-50 ball. You're tall, just jump up and get it. So, and Irvin did that a lot, so I really looked up to Michael Irvin. But you're right. He was that dude. But he still is that dude. Good old Mike. Uncle Mike. All right, Isaac, what's going on, man? Says Dallas haven't got a good free agent since the 90s, when they got Deion Sanders and Charles Haley. Those were the days. Yeah, I remember when they got Deion. I was like, what? How they get Deion? Like, it's over. I didn't say we going to the Super Bowl, but I did say it's over. And it was. God, I miss those days. Man, the 90s were just so carefree. Maybe because I was young, but let's see. Oh, Josh Jacobs reminds me of DeMarco Murray's run style. There was a point where DeMarco Murray was that dude. Everybody was yelling DeMarco's name, man. Oh, Fresh King. Okay. Got to stop this Derrick Henry decline. He's last of old school running back breed. Oh, the Adrian Peterson left. I can see that. That run tough era. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody now wants to be a scat back. Everybody wants to run away from contact. Dang, bars. But everybody wants to be the scat back and not take the hits. Like, I think Zeke Elliott was a part of that, take the hit class as well. But yeah, every time I see Derrick Henry highlights, I see that stiff arm that he did to that Bills cornerback. He lifted him off his feet. Like, how do you just toss a grown man like that? And I always said to myself, I was like, man, if I played in the NFL, and you know how some NFL players, they take ballet and stuff to be lighter on their feet and everything, I'd take like judo, you know, that martial arts that uses their momentum against them and just be able to just throw people everywhere. For your mind. Thanks for the Jacobs take. I don't know too much about him, especially his injury history. Yeah, man. I just kept hearing the injuries. I listened to, the Cowboys chat with Tom Downing, and he talks about Josh Jacobs' injury history. Like, there's a lot of creators that are, they throw up the caution tape with Josh Jacobs because of that. Let's see. Those type have unique long careers. Yeah. Hey, and the homies in the building. What's going on with your sports junkie? He driving back from Arizona. Yo, safe travels, man. Do the speed limit, and we'll see you back here. We gonna jump on. Me and you gonna coordinate a day where we can jump on and talk to Cowboys Nation. All right, my friend. So make sure, take your time. Take your time, brother. Yeah. Hey, everybody giving them love. Nisi says, "What's up, sports junkie?" Yeah. So does Scott in the building. Scott says, "What's up, sports junkie?" Yeah, they know. Lamar, what's up, sports junkie? Oh, content M. Quinn did not sabotage the playoffs. Elaborate. Elaborate, because I got a feeling Quinn was still, oh, there it is. Quinn was still in interview process. It was also before the Super Bowl, and Jerry could have signed Rabel or Belichick. So think about that, bro. You remember that Green Bay game? You remember the blown coverages? That's what people are talking about. The video that comes out while he's wearing a Dallas Cowboys hoodie, talking to Washington Commanders fans, saying that he's their new coach. Like, I mean, it ain't looking too good for Quinn. He may have been in the interview process, yes, but you telling fans that you already their coach, and they didn't even have, and this video came out before they even made a determination. Like, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, y'all know what they say. Jerry needs to stop the buddy business. Nisi, you're absolutely right. He needs to stop coddling these players. That's what he needs to do. Stop coddling these players and put the fear of God in them. If you don't get us to a championship, all y'all gone. If y'all play like crap this year, all y'all gone. From Dak to Aubrey. Well, we might keep Aubrey, but everybody else subject. Shoot. All right, guys, we are coming to the end. Oh, Brandy, it's good to see you. It's good to see you join. It's good to see you. Sorry, I'm not going to be going too much longer because I done had him on for a minute. I done had him on a minute. Hey, everybody talking about the keyboard thugs. Cruiser Cruz, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? So, Twitter is a wasteland. See, that's I just ventured on Twitter, and I ventured on X, and I put that video up just to see what it would do. I'm used to putting stuff up on X and getting like 2 people to view it. So when it hit 50,000, I was like, ooh, I done lit a fire. But it also landed me a lot of praises and everything from other content creators that I felt was, a little heartwarming. But for real, guys, I truly appreciate every one of you guys coming on here and just rocking with me and chilling with me and going live with me for the first time after going pretty much silent for a week. I can't count those other videos. They just look like crap, but we gonna get it to where we can get some better equipment and have that on the road stuff. So when I do go down to North Carolina and I do other things, I can take y'all with me and talk like I never left, so we're gonna do that. And I bet y'all didn't know, when I got back from North Carolina, I had to do a talent show. Yeah, man. I made the flight plans and everything. Like, the 14th, we heading out. We coming back on the 22nd, and then all of a sudden, it was like, "Yo, you got to do this talent show on the 22nd at 5 p.m." I'm like, "Oh man, the plane lands at 12:30, so I gotta get off the plane, get my luggage, get my car, head back home, practice on the way home." I know I was, I was just running my wife crazy, like, "Dang, stop singing that song," but I had to do it. But if y'all want to see it, best believe I'm going to put it up on the social medias. I'll probably put it up on Facebook and probably Facebook. I ain't gonna put it nowhere else. But I'll let y'all see it if y'all want to see it. I actually sang The Circle of Life. Yeah, I had to sing. I had to sing something that people knew. But anyhow, we got another super chat. Jeez. Hey, John, it finally went through. Man, I truly appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you was determined. He was like, "Man, I'm getting this $5 to him. What's going on, Google?" I truly appreciate it, man. That never quit mentality, DC for life. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much for rocking with me, man. Truly appreciate you. But if y'all want me to put it up, I will put it up. So, and by all means, hit the like button on this live. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you got friends that are Cowboys fans, show them the way to go. Show them the light. Get them off the ledge. Bring them to the Angry Cowboys Fan so they can spit their raw and uncut. But ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get up out of here. I'll be going live again soon. I ain't gonna do the whole go live once for a week and then let a week pass and then go live again. Now, we'll be back. I'll be talking to y'all. But until that time, it's been your boy, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Y'all have a good night.